My name is Morgan Taji. I'm 19 years old. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I love to rock climb. I think it's cool to be a female rock climber because there's not as many strong outdoor female rock climbers. So it feels cool to hopefully be an inspiration to other girls. I compete in both bouldering and sport climbing. I think it's fun to challenge myself and compete against other women. Something that I think is really cool about climbing is that how close female and male rock climbers are in their abilities. As I'm a route setter, something I've noticed is I'm not the strongest in that group, and I'm not always the last to do a boulder, especially slab, because I like slab. Yeah, and just know how to climb well, and I can keep up with them, which I think is cool. My coach, who's still my coach today, is Palmer Larson. He's been a huge influence on me, on pushing myself outdoors and just having fun outside.
So the Cottonwood Canyons are located about 20 minutes east of Salt Lake. You have Big Cottonwood and Little Cottonwood. As you drive into the canyon, it's this massive, steep valley that you're faced with in front of you. Climbing has been going on in the Cottonwoods for over 50 years.
Here we go again, creation. Clap down for the jubilation. Look at all that light you're making. Send it out, no reservation.
A lot of rich Salt Lake climbing history was created in the Cottonwoods, and so getting to go grab holds and look at boulder problems that were done 10, 20, 30 years ago is incredibly unique and inspiring. So you can go test yourself on those projects that they did, 20 years ago and see how you stand up.
I've been climbing since I was 6 years old with my parents off and on till I started competing.
I had some climbing gear, and I actually met Brooke in American Fork Canyon.
First time climbing. He took his shirt off. I was sold.
What you doing, Morgie?
She was climbing dressers and strollers and everything all over the house, and that's kind of when it all started. And then she went on to beat the record at the local junior high. Her name's still on the board with a bunch of boys for doing, and she says, I stopped doing push-ups because I was embarrassed that I was beating the boys by so much. And still set the record, right?
In the ocean, hold emotion, ride that flow. I see you later. In the park of Shangri-La, I see mama, she's standing holy. All those colors filled with glory. Open up and hear the story. Oh, and this love still hold true.
I remember, I think one of my first times, I got up to this part that I thought I could do, and then got really scared and screamed and cried up there because I was too afraid to come down.
She was up there screaming for a while,
but then she just stopped, and then she listened to us and came down and down.
You did so good. Look up there. Look how high you got.
You would think that would scare her, make her not want to climb ever again, but it didn't at all.
This is the right hand, the crack's smooth. And then I smear my feet here. And then I gotta explode out to this. So I think it's fun to share the same passion of rock climbing with friends. Projecting with friends, discussing beta and talking about the different ways that we do it and the little changes you made to be able to make a move. You just get to connect with them because of those conversations.
I think climbing for Morgan represented an outlet, a social circle, a way to excel in her life that she maybe hadn't experienced as much before. And I think climbing offered her a way to make new friends and show she cares about other people and learn from those who have come before her. Anytime an athlete can truly find themselves in climbing or in any other sport, we tend to latch onto that. That helps us to grow, and those are our people. And so I think Morgan, she found her people in climbing, her community.
So I'm a setter at the bouldering project in Salt Lake City. For me, setting has helped me so much in my climbing. I feel like I have a better understanding, especially like for competitions. We have like 4 minutes to do a climb, right? And you have to be able to like read it really quickly. Because I'm a setter, like I know like the behind the scenes and like what the little tricks are.
Going through this experience with Morgan the past 10 years, I've seen her grow as a human, the confidence she's gained, the ability to believe in herself, to interact with others. And so that's been a really cool thing to witness and see her finding herself as a high-level route setter for the bouldering project and still trying to compete at a high level. She absolutely is inspiring the next generation of female route setters, athletes, and so that's really cool.
I feel like I've grown up a lot here and I've learned how to communicate better, especially on the setting team. We have to learn how to communicate what we want, and yeah, I feel like I can apply that outside of work because I've just gotten a lot better at being more social and communicating because of setting.
Morgan also excels at sport climbing, and so she's excited to try a route called the Perfect Child. We're going to be heading down to the Henry Mountains to try this project Morgan has. The Henry Mountains are a special place. You drive into southern Utah, very desolate and red sandstone. You take a quick turn into the Henry Mountains and you go up thousands of feet in elevation, and from the sandstone sunbathing beaches of Lake Powell, now all of a sudden you're seeing snow around the bend in the Henry Mountains, and the juxtaposition is beautiful and unique. Facing these challenges back to back is super exciting and a unique part about being in Utah. Morgan can go try a bouldering project Saturday and then be down Sunday trying her route project down in southern Utah. And so that's what we're gonna try to do.
When like trying a route for the first time on the Perfect Child, I like went up it bolt to bolt, just like filling out the moves, and then you either go up it again and learn the moves better, try to make longer links, and then really trying to like get it down and remember every move so that you can climb it as efficiently as possible. That's like my favorite thing about projecting too, and like doing something hard is like finding that flow where you're just like trying as hard as you can and going through each move really quickly and like not like hesitating, and like you like know exactly what's going on. You're like thinking about the next move, the next clip, how long you should rest. Like it's super intense, and I like that about projecting. It's definitely a bummer when you don't do the route or the project that you have. I don't know, I think that's part of the fun. It makes doing it feel even better. This route inspired me because Lynn Hill did it. She's an incredible climber, old school climber. She did this one, she on-sighted actually, which is super cool. On-sight is when you do the route without knowing any of the beta or watching anyone or climbing on it beforehand, and you do it without falling. So it's like super impressive because as you go, you're learning how to do it. Nick!
Nice work.
Different from what I just did is I went bolt to bolt, figuring out each of the moves so that I have it like locked down and ready to go and when I hopefully do it.
What do you think? A pretty sweet line, huh? You can see it from here.
I know, yeah. For me, I think it's really special that it's like up here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it took us like 6 hours to get out
Yeah,
here.
it's an adventure just to get here. I also think it's cool that it's like one of like the only sport climbs up here. It's just so like perfect that it's like,
The perfect child, you might say.
yeah, it is the perfect child.
Do you feel like you'll be scared on the wall, the runouts?
I think so, but I think if I'm in the zone, then I usually can push through. Like my will to send is higher than the fear. I think the style suits me really well, so that's really fun too.
What's the style?
Very techy, very a lot on the feet. You have to have good balance, good confidence and mind control.
Exciting. I think it does suit you really well.
I think even that the finish press move is really inspiring
Yeah, that's way
because
cool.
it's super rare.
Yeah,
don't
so
see that.
yeah, so unique. Yeah, you finish the route standing, no hands, which like never
And
happens.
it's like V0, but you're
Yeah.
just so scared.
Yeah. So you're gonna go for a send on your first try today?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Are you nervous?
I think I'll be nervous when I get up there.
But no pressure to send.
Yeah. I have next go.
Part of pushing yourself as a climber is finding new challenges that you've not tried before, and Utah is a great place for that. The fact that she's able to pick these out and go hopefully do them represents a lot of cool growth in climbing, but also shows how badass Morgan is as a climber, and I'm excited to see what she can do. And then right here, you cross up left hand, bust straight right, and then you have to hand-foot match. Remember that one?
Yeah.
With the draw? And then you have the small crimp crux right after that.
It was like here, high foot, another small edge, weird side pull.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And then
Weird feet, yeah,
Weird-
scary foot. Yeah.
scary foot, and then you have to like
Push off the left, yeah.
good pocket,
It's a scary foot.
clip, walk the feet, one elevator.
I do think that the storm like gave me like some like adrenaline, a bit of like, this is it. Starts on this like flake that's off of the wall a little bit. It's a little bit like hollow. And you have to like turn this arete and then like use these small smear feet. Once you learn it, it's like not bad, but when like first climbing that part, I remember being pretty scared. Yeah, the emotional battle like on a wall is pretty real. You gotta like really stay in it, be focused, try to have like positive thoughts like I can do this, I've done these moves, I know how to do them, and try really hard to do it. But I get to the first rest, I hang there for a little bit, warm up my hands. My hands were super cold, so I would put my hand behind my neck so that it would warm up a little. And then head off into like the first mini slab crux. It's sort of like on the arete. Your hands are really small some of the time, and so it really depends on your feet. You're putting a lot of weight on your feet, and like the smallest body positioning can help you stay on the wall or do the move easier. It's just like these teeny little details that I think are really cool that I love about slab. I learned later that it was key to get my left foot up high, and then when I got to the first crimp before coming in and matching, to match my right foot in and get the left foot up. These crimps are so small. They're so small that you can't, or at least I wasn't quite able to fully lock it off. There's like this slot jug. I had fallen there before because my hand was so numb. So it's a little bit dynamic where you kind of like pop to it to catch it. Once I stuck it, I was like, this is it. I can do it. So the final mantle is really cool. It's like the cherry on top. There's this kind of like crimp move you have to go to, and I was so pumped that I was like, I'm not gonna be able to hold that crimp, and I'm gonna have done this whole route of like giving it my all, giving this huge fight, and then just like botch it on the last move. And so I was so scared, and I was like really mentally doubting myself because I did not want to drop the top. It's an awful feeling. I stuck the move, I did the mantle, and then even at the top I was like super careful with each foot move because you don't want to lose it. You don't want to like lose focus, and like you don't fully relax until you clip the chains. Once you clip the chains, you're able to be like, oh, I did it.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
Good job. So sick.
almost watched on the freaking jump.
When I finally like top the route or do a hard project for me, it feels so good. It's like my favorite thing about climbing outside, and you just like feel on top of the world up there. So you just like, when I'm up there, I just like to take it all in. You put in so much effort and you tried really, really hard, and then clipping the chains is like, you did it. I think choosing to be a rock climber, a lot of people kind of like question what I'm gonna do with my life, as if this isn't what I'm gonna do with my life. But I don't know, the climbing makes me so happy, and I just wanna be happy and do what I love, so I'll stay here for now.
If you build your house out of bones, you'll never be alone. And see your body exposed, it's just a vessel for your soul.